Alright, hey guys, what's going on? It's ThatHomeTheaterDude. Got a new episode coming at you today. Just wanted to do a quick video to show you how to mount the SVS, the prime elevations over here. I already have my Klipsches mounted down firing, and I think that's going to be the same position I'm going to put these. So I'll mount them in the same spot, and since this one already just uses just a simple screw for like the drywall, it should be easy to interchange them whenever I'm doing a comparison between the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that that mounted, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it in a minute, okay? So you're gonna need a couple things to get started, right? So obviously you're gonna need your speakers, you're gonna need the brackets that come in the box, and then also you're gonna need this guy. Remember this? Whenever you first got your speakers, you maybe just tossed it aside. Inside is something pretty important. So they actually have the template to mount this to, good God, man. I actually have the template to mount this to the wall. So it's a nice little guide. Let me see, here, it's a little better. It's a little guide to help you put it exactly where you want. So you can either have it firing up, firing on the side, and then this one is firing to the left, and this is down firing. So this is the one I'm going to be using, because obviously I'm going to be using that's height channels. So there's a lot of different ways that you can mount these, which is really cool. So if you want to use these as, like some satellites, you can do that as well. You can use these as surrounds. If you want to have like a really inexpensive and really good sounding type of surround sound system, you can do that as well. So you can have these side firing at you. So if you don't have a lot of space and you just want to have these behind you or to your right and left surrounds, you can do that as well. But for mine, I'm going to be using the down firing position because I have these Atmos up there that I want to, I want to be able to use them. So I'll go ahead and get this thing queued up, and I'll come back and we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so to get started, I'm just going to go ahead and refer to the owner's manual right here. This gives you a lot of different options to where you can actually have them set up in your room. So if you want to have them set up like this to where they're on your front stage, you can have them to your front stage and your back stage. So they're symmetrical. You can also have it to where they're on the sides of your room and they're symmetrical that way. So this one would be the back, this one would be the back. So left, right, and then front, left, front, right. So that's kind of cool. And if you don't necessarily have 11 channel capabilities, you can just do these. Traditionally, you'll have a 7 channel amplifier that should be able to handle that too. Okay, so just real quick, just grab your template, make a couple holes in it, right? Especially around where that little dot is. That'll make it nice and easy for you to stick the pencil through whenever you're trying to mark these on the wall. So there you go. Now I have my template ready to go. Just stick a pencil in there, and then you'll be able to drill your holes and then attach this bracket to the actual wall itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done right now. All right guys, check it out. Looks like I'm already finished with these. That was a really quick and easy install. There's really nothing to it. All you gotta do is just follow the directions. One thing I will say to do is, let me see if I can find the template. Yeah, I have it over here. One thing I will say whenever you're doing this is whenever you have the perforated edges right here, see that? Let's see if I can zoom in real quick. See how you have the perforated edges whenever you do the cutout, or whenever you pull this out of that big old sheet? That's just to get it out. So you see how there's kind of two borders now, the perforated edge and those double lines? You're gonna want to cut, along those lines to get rid of those perforated edges. It doesn't seem like much, but if you're really OCD like me, it's gonna mean a really big, it's gonna make a difference in your measurements. So it'll make it a lot easier to measure it up real nice if it's done like that. But yeah, that's it. This one is completely installed. Well, actually they're both installed. They actually look really good. Don't worry about that wire up there. I'm actually gonna be putting in crown molding, so it's gonna be hidden pretty soon. But these look really good. I like how they're kind of off the back a little bit. So that gives that port, it's not even a big port, but it gives it a little breathing room. So that's pretty cool. And one other thing that I noticed is you can see those grills up there, how the logo is still upright. Depending on which position you want to have these mounted in, you can actually flip that logo. So the grill obviously goes on a certain way because you have a tweeter down here and you have your mid-bass driver up top. So those go on a specific way, but if you want to have them to where they're mounted normally, do I have the grill? All right, so you see this grill, how it's set up? Let's go ahead and just put this down real quick. The grill is, obviously directional. So you're gonna have your tweeter up here, mid-bass driver down here, and you can't stick this on the wrong way. It's kind of like it almost has like a trapezoid shape to it. So it kind of tapers up towards the top. So with that being said, you have these little SVS logos on there, and they're attached to a magnet. So whichever way you want to have them, either firing down at you like these, or if you just have them as, bookshelves, you can just flip the little magnet. If that's important to you, that's kind of cool, but besides that, this job is done. I'm gonna go ahead and change my crossovers for my heights, because before I had them at, I think 100 for the Atmos heights, even though, the manual says to cross them over at 150. I think that's mainly because of, since it's gonna be up firing to the ceiling, if you're gonna be having them in that position, I think that's why they tell you to cross them over at 150. But these, I think I'll cross these over at 80. If I'm not mistaken, these little guys can go down to, I think they can go down to some pretty decent mid-bass tones, so you shouldn't have a problem crossing them over at 80. So besides that, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the AVR, do that, and thanks for watching, guys. I just wanna do a quick install of my SVS Prime Elevations. All right?